YouTube, what up though? So CamIsCold back at it. When in quote we are talking about how I almost lost my emotional control. Story time. All right, YouTube. So I think I talked about this part last week. This video on Thursday, but this happened last Tuesday. I was at amusement park Cedar Point. If you guys know where that's at, it's in Ohio. Obviously, I'm not from there, but So yeah, man. How I appreciate you guys. I almost lost it, but I thought like in the split second once I get into the part, once the split second, I was like, this ain't worth it. That's why I'm trying to preach to you guys about emotional control, keeping your emotional control, because half the time crashing out is not the answer. Letting God deal with it is the answer. That's how I view it as. But once, like what I told my homegirls last week, I was like, once you are fearing, once you only fear God, you don't fear nobody. That's how I view it as. So, you guys know I'm pretty young. So, this guy's what? Probably 20 years older than me, I would assume. All right, so we're at Cedar Point with my cousins. So, we get lost. I'm with the guys. She's with my two cousins and their friends are still apart. So, we get separated. Somehow we got separated. So, we went to this one roller coaster, rode the roller coaster. Texted them like, where you guys at? They're like, they're in line for Simon's Curse. So all right, we're gonna get up to you guys. So it's pretty smooth. We're almost halfway to where they're at. We're saying, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. My family's up here. My family's up here. My family's up here. And then this guy wants to play superhero, bro. He wants to stand up for everybody at the park. He wants to be that tough guy. Stand up to some youngins that he knows are younger than him. For sure, he gotta know it. I may not look younger because of my beard and stuff. That's why I view it as. That's probably why he tried to stood me up. But we're halfway there, and then this guy wants to play Superman. Like, that's not how this shit works, bro. Get in the back of the line. I'm like, bro, my family's up here. And then dude puts his hand on me. He's like, that's not how this shit works. I'm like, I don't care how this shit works for you, bro. My family's up here, so I'm getting up there. And we got face to face. I was like, bro, what you gonna do about it? Cause I'm like, I'm getting in my thought process. I'm trying to defend my little cousins because my cousins are younger than me. I'm trying to defend them. That's kind of how I view it as. And I got in like defense mode a little bit because maybe my pride got in the way, something like that. But like how I view it as, once you're fearing God, you don't fear nobody. So I may have lost it. I may have lost the fight, but who cares? I don't fear nobody but God. So yeah, the guy gets face to face. I was, what you gonna do about it, bro? What you gonna do about it, pussy? And then he like, I think he said something. He like backed off, and I was like, oh, okay. And then just kept going straight to my cousins. I'm like, cause in this park, in the line to Simon's Curse, you can see through the fence like where everybody's gonna be at. So I'm like, obviously you're gonna see me stopping my cousins. And then my little cousins, they were gonna fight for me too. They were gonna fight with us. So yeah, man, that's just like man. That's how I'm trying to teach you guys is emotional control is the best thing. Stoicism. That's why I try to preach to you guys about stoicism. People hate stoic people. I don't show nobody emotion. At least I try not to. Because stoicism is like a key to life, to not care what anybody's perceiving of you and what they think of you. I don't care what nobody thinks of me. Because I know half the people not going to get behind the camera and try to record or do what I'm doing. So that's just like a thing. Like, once we got face to face, I was like, I thought to myself, I was like, this ain't worth it, bro. And I was like, then I thought instantly about my YouTube channel. I was like, emotional control. And I'm glad I kept my emotional control because it could have been way worse. Small things can turn to something big. That's how I view it. Small things can turn to something huge, way bigger than what it has to be because there's been a misconfrontation. But yeah, man, that's why I'm trying to preach to you guys about emotional control, keeping your emotional control, because one fuck up knocks someone out cold. They get disability from that, and then what? You're facing jail time or something like that, bro. Half the shit's not even worth it, honestly. And I'm glad I kept my emotional control. I'm getting way better. I used to be a hothead as a kid. Somewhat I am a little bit, but I'm getting better at controlling my emotions. What? Man, we're not girls, bro. Girls don't know how to control their emotions. I'm not even trying to take shots at girls, but most people know that. Girls, they don't know how to control their emotions. So we can't be acting like that. We gotta learn. That's what when you're with a girl, they just break down or something. You have to comfort them because they know they're gonna think something so much more bigger than what it is, bro. But look at there's a shooting at the mall near my house, Great Lakes Crossing, yesterday, bro. That's exactly what I'm trying to get out of where I'm from. Because once you start making it big, what I'm trying to preach to you guys about your hometown, nobody shows you love. You got to get out of where you're from. Because once you make it big, you try to show love to where you're from. Nobody's gonna show love to where you from, to where you come from. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you think you're so much better than everybody." They're gonna try to take you out. That's why I'm feeling like I gotta get out of Michigan. That's like what makes me think I gotta get out of where I'm from. Cause Great Lakes Crossing, man, that's like a go-to mall from where I'm from. Everybody goes there every Saturday. It's packed. So, yeah, man, it's just crazy how, like, I can guarantee you, the reason these people are shooting at each other is nothing big. It's just like a small, like I'm telling you guys, small situations turn into something big. It doesn't even have to turn out like that. Small situations don't have to turn out big. This is the reason I go to a luxurious mall in Michigan, Somerset, because you don't have to worry about nothing there, honestly. Or at least I feel like I don't have to worry about anything. I've only been there a couple of times. But when I do go to a mall, I barely go shopping. I do the majority of my shopping online, bro. I'm too lazy to go walk around and look at clothes. I just see something online, I'm like, fuck it, pay for it. But uh Somerset's way more better. So that's why I go there. It's a longer drive for me, but I don't mind it. I'd rather be safe than sorry. That's how you gotta view it as. So I'm just saying, man, just keep your emotional control, bro. And I hope this story time shows you guys like something big can turn, or something very little can turn to something big, bro. Honestly, you try to have a great time and you have to worry about people coming after you. That's why I try to preach to you guys. Nobody's gonna show you love from your hometown, besides a very set few of your close friends. And I have somewhat of them, but I'm majority hang on my family. But I got some close friends. My friend Caden, like I always mention him in my videos. He's the majority of my friend, one of my only friends that actually show me love from what I'm doing on content and stuff. So yeah, man, it's just not worth crashing out, bro. It's nothing to glorify. Like I always say, it may be funny to watch, but when you think about the deep purpose behind it, you'd be like, these idiots, these dumbasses. That's what I'd be like. Unless it's like something like you're getting threatened, that's when you can lose your emotional control and crash out. That's how I view it. If it's actually a threat, like someone's gonna shoot you up or something, someone's threatening to say you that. But if it's just something like a little trash talk back and back, you don't have to run a fade. You don't have to run a fight because what? Jail time? Bro, I don't know how people do not love life. You're gonna hate life when you're in jail. Alright, bro. I got a video come up Thursday. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna shout out my uncle. He was murdered. I just want to show you guys about emotional control on that video too. And I wrote the guy that killed my uncle a letter. You guys are gonna see it. I'll lead some parts to you guys on that video. My uncle was mistakenly murdered for something he never did. This guy wanted to crash out. And yeah, man, to be determined about that video. But yeah, man, I hope this video inspired you guys to keep your emotional control, not to crash out, and do not escalate things that do not need to be escalated unless you are actually getting threatened. All right, bro. Peace out, boys. I love y'all. Hope you have a blessed Monday. See y'all boys in the next one. Peace out.